Welcome you all to the continuation of video session on Module 4 Vector Spaces of the subject 18 EC44 Engineering Statistics and Linear Algebra. So today in this video session first I am going to discuss about orthogonality. So as you already know, two vectors are orthogonal when their dot product is 0, right? We say that two vectors, for example v and w, are said to be orthogonal if their dot product is 0. V dot w is equal to 0 or v transpose w is equal to 0. Two subspaces v and w of a vector space are orthogonal if every vector v in v is perpendicular to every vector w in w. So by this definition of orthogonality of two vectors, the two subspaces v and w of a vector space are said to be orthogonal if every vector in the first subspace is perpendicular to every vector in the second subspace. That is, v transpose w equal to 0 for all v in v and all w in w. This must be true for all v, all the vectors in the first subspace and all the vectors in the second subspace. If two vectors, if n vectors u1, u2, etc. un are pairwise orthogonal vectors and the vectors have unit length, then u1, u2, etc. un form an orthonormal set. If these vectors are pairwise orthogonal and have unit length, then the vectors form an orthogonal set. That is, you can write it as ui uj equal to 0, ui dot uj equal to 0 for I not equal to j, and ui dot ui is equal to 1. Or you can also write it as ui dot uj is equal to 1 if I equal to j and 0 if I not equal to j. Or the same thing in different form, ui dot uj is equal to delta ij, where delta ij equal to 0 if I not equal to j and delta ij equal to 1 if I equal to j. The same thing you can observe here. This is equal to delta ij, where delta ij equal to 1 if I equal to j and 0 if I not equal to j. The same thing in three different forms I have rewritten. All the three forms mean the same thing. Now for example, I have given one example here. U is equal to column vector 1, 2, 2, v is equal to 2, minus 2, 1 and w is equal to vector 2, 1, minus 2. Then u, v and w are orthogonal set of vectors. So we will verify that. What is u transpose v? U transpose v, it's very easy to find. U transpose is the row vector 1, 2, 2. U transpose into v, find the product 2 minus 4 plus 2, that is 0. What is v transpose w? V transpose, that is the row vector 2 minus 2, 1. W is 2, 1 minus 2. That is 4 minus 2 minus 2. Again it is 0. Similarly, W transpose U, 2, 1 minus 2 with 1, 2, 2. That is 2, 2 and minus 4. 2 plus 2 minus 4. That is 0. So it means that u dot v is equal to 0, v dot w is equal to 0, w dot u is equal to 0. You have three vectors u, v, w. The combination, the dot product of the combination is all 0. So you can say that u, v and w vectors are pairwise orthogonal. What is the length of u? Length of u. How do you find the length of the vector u? Square root of u1 square plus u2 square plus u3 square. That is square root of 1 plus 2 square plus 2 square. So what is that equal to? Square root of 1 plus 4 plus 4, that is equal to 3. And what is the length of vector v? Again root of 2 square plus minus 2 square plus 1 square. That is again equal to root 9, which is equal to 3. And you can verify length of w is also equal to 3. So you take up one more example I have here. It's given that u is equal to 1, 2, 2, v is equal to 2, minus 2, 1, w is equal to 2, 1, minus 2 are orthogonal set of vectors. These three vectors are orthogonal to each other. We have to find the orthonormal set u1, v1 and w1. Using this orthogonal set of vectors, find the orthonormal set u1, v1, w1. So first of all, just recall what do you mean by orthonormal set of vectors. When do you say that the vectors are orthonormal? Pairwise orthogonal and have unit length. ui, uj is equal to delta ij, where delta ij equal to 0 if I not equal to j, and whenever I equal to j, delta ij is equal to 1. What is u1 here? u1 is equal to u by length of u. This is how you find the orthonormal set of vectors. u1 is equal to u by length of u. What is u? 1, 2, 2. Length of u already you found, it is 3. So what is u1? 1 by 3, 2 by 3 and 2 by 3. And v1 is v by length of u, that is again 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3. w1 is v by length of w by length of w, that is 2, 1 minus 2 divided by length of w is 3. So that is equal to 2 by 3, 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Okay. So now what is u1? Length of u1. What is length of u1? That is, this is another way of finding it. One and the same, root of 1 by 3 whole square plus 2 by 3 whole square plus 2 by 3 whole square. What I have written here, the same as how you have found previously. The square root of 1 by 3 whole square plus 2 by 3 whole square plus 2 by 3 whole square. So that is 1 by 9 plus 2 by 3 whole square is 4 by 9 plus 2 by 3 whole square again, that is also 4 by 9 to the power half, square root, that is to the power half. So add this 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9. 9 by 9, that is 1. 1 to the power half, that is again 1. Similarly, what is the length of v1? Square root of 2 by 3 whole square plus minus 2 by 3 whole square plus 1 by 3 whole square. That is root of 4 by 9 plus 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9. That is again equal to 1. Length of w1. Root of 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 4 by 9. That is again equal to 1. So what can you say here? u1, v1 and w1 are orthonormal set of vectors. You can also verify their product is, already we have verified these are orthogonal set of vectors in the last problem. So using these orthogonal set of vectors, we are finding orthonormal set U1, V1, W1. U1 is found out by using the formula U1 is equal to U by length of U1. V1 is equal to V by length of V, not length of U1. And let me repeat, U1 is equal to U by length of U. V1 is equal to V by length of V plus W, and W1 is W is by length of W or magnitude of WVC. So find what is length of U1, length of V1 and length of W1, that is equal to 1. In that case we can say that U1, V1, W1 are orthonormal set of vectors. Okay, now how do you find the projection? What do you mean by projection? Suppose you consider B is equal to 2, 3, 4. When B is projected onto a line, its projection P is the part of B along that line. When the vector B is projected onto a line, its projection P, suppose you name the projection as P, is the part of this vector along that line. If B is projected onto a plane, P is the part of that plane. The projection P is PB. The projection matrix P multiplies B to give P. So this we shall see here. What is P? Capital P. How do you find the projection matrix capital P? Now here a line goes through the origin in the direction of A is equal to A1, A2, etc. AM. Look at the figure. You have a vector going from the origin to A. Vector A. Along that line, we want the point P close to B. This is B1, B2, etc. BM. So here the key to projection is orthogonality. You are drawing a line from B to P perpendicular to the vector A. This dotted line marked E for error as in the figure. Okay, this is your B minus P, error B minus P. This is the projection of B onto the line, and it is given by P is equal to X cap A, that is A transpose B divided by A transpose A into A. And the projection matrix P, capital P, is found out by using the formula P is equal to A transpose divided by A transpose A, where the projection P is given by A into X cap, that is equal to A into A transpose B divided by A transpose A, which is also equal to P into B, where P is the projection matrix. Now I have given here one example to find the projection matrix or the projection. Project B, that is the vector B 1, 1, 1 onto A 1, 2, 2 to find P is equal to X cap A. As shown in the above figure, you need to find P is equal to X cap A. What is X cap? A transpose B divided by A transpose A. That you need to find now. I have not written here. A transpose B divided by A transpose A. The number X cap is the ratio of this. That is A transpose B divided by A transpose A. What is A transpose? The row vector 1, 2, 2. The row vector 1, 2, 2 into the column vector 1, 1, 1. That gives you 1 plus 2 plus 2, that is 5. What is A transpose A? 1, 2, 2 row vector into column vector 1, 2, 2. That is 1 plus 4 plus 4 gives you 9. So what is the projection? P projection P is x cap A, x cap is 5 by 9 into A. So P is equal to 5 by 9 into A. The error between P and B and P is E is equal to B minus P. B minus P. Those vectors P and E will add to B is equal to 1, 1, 1. Right? P and E will add to give B is equal to 1, 1, 1. Now, here is a problem to find the projection matrix. Find the projection matrix P is equal to A transpose divided by A transpose A onto the line through A is equal to 1, 2, 2. Find the projection matrix P is equal to A transpose by A transpose A. Sometimes they will not mention, they will simply say find the projection matrix P. So remember this, A transpose divided by A transpose A onto the line through A is equal to 1, 2, 2. So what is the projection matrix? P is equal to A transpose divided by A transpose A. Very simple it is. What is A transpose? This is your A, the column vector 1, 2, 2. A transpose is the row vector 1, 2, 2 divided by what is A transpose into A. I have directly written here 9. You can verify and see how much do you get. A transpose is the row vector 1, 2, 2 and A is the column vector 1, 2, 2. So A transpose A, you will get it as 9. So 1 by 9 into A transpose. So find the product A transpose. 1 by 9, that is 1 by A transpose A. I have kept as it is. Find this. 1, 2, 2. Second multiply by 2. 2, 4, 4 and 2, 4, 4. So 1 by 9 into the matrix 1, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4 and 2, 4, 4. Okay, this is how you find the projection matrix. Now you have another small method, very simple. Suppose you have a system of equation Ax equal to B and Ax equal to B is inconsistent. What do you mean by inconsistent system of equation? The solution does not exist. You studied in the previous semester the consistency of a system of equations, right? How to check the consistency of a system of linear equation Ax is equal to B. You are given a system of linear equation Ax is equal to B. You reduced it to row echelon form. Is the rank of the coefficient matrix is equal to the rank of the augmented matrix. You say that the system is consistent, otherwise the system is inconsistent. If the system is inconsistent, you mean that there is no solution, right? So now we are going to consider such type of system here. Ax is equal to B is inconsistent, that is the solution does not exist. So in spite of unsolvability, in spite of inconsistency, equations, such type of equations arise most of the time. So in such cases, when the system Ax is equal to B has no solution, what you do is you multiply by A transpose and solve. A transpose Ax is equal to A transpose B, or x cap is equal to A transpose B divided by A transpose A. Okay, when the system is inconsistent, Ax is equal to B, what you do is you multiply both sides by A transpose and name the solution, denote it as x cap. So A transpose A x cap is equal to A transpose B, right? Operate by A transpose A inverse both side. A transpose A inverse into A transpose A x cap is equal to A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. So this A transpose A inverse get into A transpose A is 1. So left hand side is x cap. So x cap is equal to A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. Okay. So x cap, remember x cap is A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. So what you have done here, you have considered a system of equations Ax is equal to B, which is inconsistent. So in order to find the solution, you know that the system has no solution. So what you do is you multiply both sides by A transpose, then multiply by A transpose A whole inverse. So this becomes 1, right? You know that A transpose A inverse into A transpose A is 1. So x cap is equal to A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. So what is the projection? Projection P is equal to A into x cap, that is A into A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. Okay, now I have considered one problem here. Solve Ax is equal to B by least squares and find P is equal to Ax cap if A is the matrix 1 0 0 1 1 1 and B is equal to 1 1 0. Now you have to find x cap. What is x cap? A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. X cap is A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. So first find what is A transpose. That is 1 0 1 0 1 1. The transpose by interchanging rows and columns. What is A transpose A? A transpose into A, that is the matrix 1 0 1 0 1 1 into the matrix 1 0 0 1 1 1. Multiply 1 plus 0 plus 1, that is 2 0 0 1. So second entry is 1. Next second row 0 0 1. So that is 1. Next 0 plus 1 plus 1, that is 2. So A transpose A you have to find the inverse A transpose A inverse. How do you find the inverse of your matrix? Adjoint by determinant, right? Inverse of your matrix is adjoint by determinant. So A transpose A inverse is equal to adjoint of A transpose A divided by determinant of A transpose A. What is the determinant of A transpose A? 4 minus 1, that is 3. How do you write the adjoint of your 2 cross 2 matrix? You know it very well. Adjoint of 2 cross 2 matrix here. This is 2, 2 remains as it is. Here minus 1, minus 1. So A transpose A inverse is adjoint, that is 2 minus 1 minus 1 2 divided by determinant A, that is 1 by 3 into matrix 2 minus 1 minus 1 2. So now what is x? X is equal to A transpose A inverse into A transpose B. So you have found A transpose A inverse. What is A transpose A inverse? 1 by 3 into matrix 2 minus 1 minus 1 2. This is your A transpose A inverse which you have found here into A transpose, that is the matrix 1 0 1 0 1 1 into the given matrix B. B is 1 1 0. Okay, multiply this. Anyway you can multiply. First you can multiply A transpose A inverse into A transpose, or first you can multiply this. This is left to you. I have multiplied the first two matrix. 1 by 3 I have kept as it is. Multiply 2 into 1 plus minus 1 into 0, that is 2. 2 into 0 plus minus 1 into 1, that is minus 1. 2 into 1 minus 1, that is again 1. And the second row minus 1, 2, 1. Okay, find this. Into B 1 1 0. So now 1 by 3 keep as it is. Multiply these two. 2 minus 1 plus 0, that is 1. Minus 1 plus 2, 0, that is again 1. So x cap is 1 by 3 into 1 1. Now what is P? The projection. P is equal to A into x cap. So A is the matrix 1 0 0 1 1 1. X cap is 1 by 3 into the vector 1 1, or 1 by 3 1 by 3. So multiply 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 2 by 3. So projection P is the column vector 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 2 by 3.